Oh, you're back. You're still here? I've got to make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that's DJ. I got to admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you into the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SR9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as a public prosecutor. He really wrote a resignation letter. Wow, even in resigning, Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault. Someone has to be responsible, that's how it is in the grown-up world. Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits. Not everyone sees it that way. To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life for no pay. That's one tough grown-up world there. What's this crumbled up bit of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible? When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective? That's it. I've made up my mind. What? Here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, Detective. Thank you. Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Whatever you do, don't say that to his face. Look, his eyes are half shut. Yeah, and his mouth is half open. Hey, to be sure, buttons is off a notch. And he's got the narrow end of his tie in front. I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. Here goes, Mr. Wright. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Ah! Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. Didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what was the point of giving us your ID? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card! I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see if we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. The desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yeah, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only come here and look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming in here, isn't it? Why'd you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... Nah. No, there's no way, never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit. Hold on, not so fast, buddy. What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. Don't just let it go like that. Sorry? This guy's getting on my tits. Okay, what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. Looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I think I might know what it is. Okay. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date? It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Oh, it's on me to do this. Okay, I don't know what it is. I guess that wasn't it. I was sure that was the number. Maybe we should check the court record again. 7-digit number. No. Surely not. Can we skip this? Fucking hell, Gant, you're stupid. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 7777777. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 7777777, that ID number? I think you're 1 7 shy this time. That can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? There any money in there? How much do you have stashed away? Look, it's a shaft from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in there too. What's this? Looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it's just a fool. Is that it? Is that all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with an handprint on it and a broken shaft from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with the case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's got to be something we can show a detective. I'll just keep looking around first. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armour and these weapons. Sure is, pal. Chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armour. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it, I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding this armour as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary this guy can be. Oh, I do. Stood across from him from the fucking court, haven't I? Wow, look at the sort of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two! He put that paper he was reading in his desk. Ah. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this. Okay, it's SL9 evidence again. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. List of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. We found this inside the drawer, a list of evidence from the SL9 incident. Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of that list. What would this list be doing here? We better look a little more into this list. You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armour from here. At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for his window. Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Behave. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th of an entirely different building. When the detective screws up, the chief calls him to his office and makes him listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But don't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's beside the point. This mark looks like some kind of flower. Word is it's designed after the insignia on the prosecutor badge. Prosecutor's badge? Yeah, like the one hanging from your collar. What? They have badges too? Designed to purpose to portray the severity of the punishment system. Now that you mention it, it does look all pointy and kind of painful. But Mr. Edgeworth never wears a badge. That's because he's a sharp dresser. A badge like that wouldn't go too well with his outfit. So sharp dressers don't need to wear badges? I guess everyone just kind of lets it slide. I don't see how that's supposed to signify severe punishment. Look at the giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since main detective, I've always dreamt of doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gomes sure has a lot of dreams. As long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Laura and I went to that theme park. This was Lana's desk. Sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her or memory of the crime? This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here, then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. But he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Right, it seems we've done this room for all we can. So... now it's time to show things to Gumshoe. Oh! I wonder what this is. Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for now. No, Phoenix! It's nothing. Why are you always moving like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget about this picture. That's what the chief was reading before, wasn't it? You know, when we first came here. Looks like the right side of the film's been torn off. So Mr. Edgeworth's list really was the only half of the whole thing. Something else is bugging me more than that. Take a look at the back of the film, pal. The back? Oh, for God's sake. If I'm fired, I won't be able to give you any information. So that's why I have to get it all out of my system now. You understand, don't you? Don't be so negative, Detective. We do want you to share your information, though. Who am I for? I never had anything useful to share to begin with. Got to stay positive. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't that ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one that was in the safe? Yeah, that one. That one in the safe. Now you mention it, it is ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Let me see the shard, I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal, show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. There, fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed evidence from the SL9 incident. But, guys, get a load of this. What is it? The piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line? That's blood. I don't get it. Why'd Chief Gant hide this in his safe? It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain there. Looks like blood. This piece the Chief has is different though. The blood stains on the other pieces are just spots. This one's a line. That is odd. So what about the bit of leather? What can I give him to make him hand that over? I feel a lot better now this jar's complete. But it only raises another question. What was a piece of it doing in the Chief's safe? More importantly, why wasn't there any money in there? Isn't that what safes are for anyway? I have a feeling the outcome of tomorrow's trial just might hinge on this. Keep going, sure, I'd like to have a look at this. I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? Ah! That's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. What are you doing? Why are you sticking your hand out like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints you want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about the cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? What's your sense of humour? Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth, and once they've been absorbed into the print, blow the rest away. What I mean, Mum. I don't have to be told this a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Not much there. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Let's try a different finger then. Ha! Ah. No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be direct prints. Psst. Hey, over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Piece of cloth forward and add to the court record. There we go. We've got both things on the safe. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. No, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Chief Gant. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run straight into a pole. And just then I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir. Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright? Look, pal, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant's hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? You listen to me. I'm going to try and smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Showing evidence is going to do me any good. Ah, for fuck's sake. Mr. Wright, you're evolving by leaps and bounds. I'm starting to see the hunger in your eyes. I have to admit I was one of a little perplexed at first. It insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who, may I ask, is the person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly frightened of. What's this person's name? Damon Gant. Well, Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, you're addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it you still aren't ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is responsible, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offences. Why is it though that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other. Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in the case. I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece, this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touche, Mr. Wright. It's as you summarised, I can't disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright, you can't possibly expect me to tell you about that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Though I can't tell you the details, I can say I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered the murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife that was stuck in it. The knife from SL9. Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with the other knife. That'll be Edgeworth's knife? That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, seems I got blood on the victim's shoe as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh? Why do you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in Joe Dark's case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone in the forest to know about this. That would explain why Emma's so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them the other day. A bad feeling. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for SL9 had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade on his own. Oh, right, that. Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. Disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He'd already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defence attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murder. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago.